Hello, I'm Zach, and earlier this summer, I made my first USTA singles final in years. For context, I've been hovering around a 6 to 7 UTR for a few years now. I decided it was time to try to play an actual USTA singles tournament. It is a 4-5 tournament, and I wasn't seeded at all going into it. I know my rating doesn't tell the whole story, so I was actually feeling pretty good going into it. However, this tournament was on green clay, and I've never played on clay at all. This is an area of opportunity. Welcome to the long game. How I got to the final. My first match, my serve was feeling pretty good, but I wasn't super confident in my ground strokes yet, and I was having a little elbow discomfort. However, I was more consistent than my opponent, and I ended up getting the win in straight sets pretty comfortable. Come the second match, I went up against the 1 seed. He was very solid and a great mover. He was able to get a lot of balls in play. I was starting to find my ground stroke form though. I broke him, and then he broke me. This happened too many times in the end of that first set. The match was longer than it should have been, but we did play while it was raining at the end of the second set, and the rain didn't affect the clay too much until after we finished, and then it poured. It was a good win though, but the elbow discomfort was still there. Regardless, we are now in the final. My opponent is Max Scansey. He had a tough first round, but we talked before the match, and he said it probably shouldn't have been that close. The second match showed that with a quick 6-1, 6-2. He is not all talk, and he plans on playing college tennis. This should be a fun final. My game plan going into this match was to focus on hitting through the ball and really just focus on playing my game. My goal is to try not to worry too much about what he is doing, because I tend to overthink and get in my head about my form, where I need to be placing the ball and all that. So I was just trying to focus on a few simple things to keep in mind. The match had some weight with nerves, and I felt it a bit at the start. However, I could see that he didn't feel comfortable either. Obviously, the goal is to win, and I really wanted to win. But every time that thought came in, I tried to remind myself to stay loose, get the feet in the right spot, and to accelerate through the ball. I ended up getting an early breakpoint chance. Not my finest moment, but it's nerves. I have a tendency to hit super safe when consistency matters, but I told myself, no dinky crap. Just play your game. A shaky service game there, but I got the hold. That might be my favorite shot of the match. I think that point got in his head a little bit. The match started really well, and he gifted me a break early. I was feeling pretty comfortable with the serve, and my arm was feeling good. I'm gonna be honest, even though I double faulted that point, I was still feeling really good with like my touch and my serve in general. I break again and go up 40 love on my serve. Great start. It's not too long before I get a set point. I break to win the first set 6-1 in under 20 minutes. Let's freaking go. A ball goes out early in the second, and something changes and I lose the next 3 points. And I get broken for the first time. I had a little lapse in some ground strokes, but I held together. He just wasn't missing his forehand as much, and that was causing me problems. I go up 40 love on my serve, and I get a quick hold. I got a free point from a nice forehand shank, my favorite shot.
Yep.
He holds well, but I can see I'm playing safer. I do end up bringing it back, and I got 40 love on my serve pretty quick. And then what the heck is that happens. A few sloppy points for me, and now we're at deuce. I don't know what was going on, but I started losing some confidence in my shots and I started to get a little bit tight. This return passing shot was actually unreal though by him. I got to every ball I could, and he just played better. There's always time for a comeback as long as the game's not over. Or just say the match isn't over. We did eventually end up going back to 3 balls. And I was facing a set point. In the end, I lose the second set 1-6 in just over 20 minutes. Now, we are playing a 10-point tiebreak for all the marbles. Going into the tiebreak, I was thinking reset, play your game, and you got this. He starts with a gift. I double fault. Love that. This lob might be my second favorite shot in this match. He plays some points well, and I get a little tight with nerves. However, I will never just roll over. My opponent always has to earn it. I end up going down match point. I lose the match. We go to the net and shake hands. In the end, what I learned was that I got too comfortable. He got better as the match went on, and I got in my head a little too much near the end. However, this tournament was a positive result, especially by beating the 1 seed and putting up a good fight in the final. It sucks knowing that I probably could have won, but it was a fun weekend, and I look forward to the improvements I can make, because what's fun in being perfect? Thank you for watching. If you have any feedback for me about my tennis or this video, let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys next week.